Hi everyone, hope you're doing good. Today we will talk about list comprehension. List comprehension is basically shorter way to build lists. What I've learned is that it is a very convenient way to work on list operations. Now, this is what I've understood the crux of list comprehension. Now, let's dive deep into it. Suppose I want to create square of each elements in list. Now let's just create a list first. A is equal to 1 2 3 4. Now this is our list. This is our index position 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, right? Index. Now if I want to do it, I need to separate each element. This is 1, this is 1, this one, this one. So I will use iteration, or that is for loop, right? So let's do it. So for that we have the list. Now we will create another list like square is equal to this one, right? This is a blank list. Now to get each element, what I'm supposed to do is that I will write a loop basically for I in A, right? This one, squares dot append what, that is I double star 2, that is square of each element. And if I print square now, squares, it will give us 1 4 9 and 16. Now this is a very tedious step, right? It's a lot of step involved. This is where list comprehension come. Now if I want to write it in single line, what I'm going to do is that I will just generate it instantly. Square, we will use the same square braces. So x star 2 for x in A. If I print it, it will print the square, right? So this is a very easy way that we can generate operation, basically do operations on lists. There are many ways also. So this is the crux of it. Now let's jump into our terminal to see. So here we are in our VS Code. Let's just create a new code block and test our list comprehension operations. We'll just type in list comprehension, right? So now let's just do what we have done there in the notes there. We'll see what it prints and how it prints. So let's just create a new list. I'll just use the list 1 2 3 4 5. So it has 5 elements, right? Now I want to square each of elements. So let's just write it first. Square each elements. So to do it, and normally we will do is that we'll just create for loop for, basically iterate over it, for x in square x. We'll just have to create not as blank list first. So new, we'll just write new square. So blank list is needed to store the values for x in square. New square dot append x square, right? So if I print new square, let's see what it gives. It square each element in the list and form the new list, new square, right? Basically stores all the elements in the new square list. This is basically like 2 to 3 lines of code that we have to write. This is where list comprehension comes in. Basically shorter way would be, we'll just write, basically we can create instantly the list and store the element directly. For that, let's just write square 1. Okay, we'll just use the same square braces for that x square 2 for x in square, right? So we'll just print square 1. So we'll see the output is same. Only a single line of code was enough to print this square of each elements. That's where list comprehension can be a very big advantage thing. Now coming to this part, you can see if I want to summarize it in a expression way, I can write do this for all elements in the list. Basically I will square each element for each element in the list. So basically x will form the square of each values in the square list, right? And will be stored in new list name square 1. This is one way. Now suppose I want to do another operation. Suppose I want to print square of each element, but consider only even numbers, right? So it is also easy. Let's just create another variable, that is list variable, that is square 2. What I'm going to do is that I need to do the operation of squaring each element, right? So what can I do? I'll just use the same formula, x. Now let's just use n square for. Now I need this one. How? I need to append, basically iterate over each element, right? So for n in square, right? If now we get each element here, if that each element portion n percentile 2 is equal to 0. So if I print square 2, I will see the result 4 and 16, because 2 and 4 are only even number, so it just gave our final output. Try and understand this part. I did it concisely. The thing is that this is what we need, but how? From here, this is the list basically. N in square means n will iterate over each element. So n value will be 1, then 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then what I'm going to do is that I want this operation to be done on a list n which will have this element, but the elements should be even numbers, right? That's how I can use this. Is basically a way of filtering elements, right? Now let's just do one more thing which is also important out here. Now suppose I have a list called nums which will have elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the same number of elements, right? I want to find even or odd. What can I do is that pretty easy. I'll just write labels is equal to get even and odd. We'll basically do that, just write even if nums, or we can just write n percentile 2, just a minute, equal to 0, else odd for n in nums. If I just write labels, I think it will work. Yeah. So what it did is that it basically found even an odd number in the list. So n plus 2 is equal to 0, then it is even, else it will be odd, where when n value will be each elements in the list, when n will iterate over nums. This is one important way. So now let's do one more operations. Now suppose I create a list of strings with the names like Messi, then we'll have Ronaldo, then we have Bellingham, then we have I think we'll just write Kane, right? So these names, as you can see, famous footballers are there, and the names have been arranged in a very messy way. There's spaces around the name. I'll just use this space. Then names are not in the order. They're not in the caps in the front. They are used in small letters, and some are using caps. So what I'm going to do is that I will just refine it. That's where the list comprehension comes by. It helps us do it in a single line. So I'll just create a new list that is called correction. Let's just write correction. Okay, I'll just use the list. Now I need to iterate over each element, right? So for that, let's just take a variable z dot strip dot title for z in B. Sorry, this for z in B. Now what it does is that this portion basically clear out the extra spaces, and this title will arrange them as per a name, where the first letter will be caps. So we'll just print correction. Let's see what it's Okay, you can see it has arranged them in the right way by removing the extra spaces in between. This is a very good way that we can use list comprehension to basically refine our data. One more example that I want to try is, suppose I have a list named V, which will have numbers 2, 1, 3, London, 3, comma 2, comma India. So there are different types of data here. We have integer, we have string. If I just write 3.5, we have floats here, we have booleans here, right? Suppose I want to just find out, basically get the integer values only. How do I get? Like for instance, I just can write print v 0 is to 2, right? So if I do it, obviously it will give me 1 3 like this, no issues there. But if we have a long list which will have different data in it, in that case what I'm going to do is that I will use basically a simple way, that is m is equal to, so we will basically iterate over each element to check whether these elements are integer or not. So we'll just right here find only integer values, right now. So C in not that, I think for C in V, if type C equal to int. Let's see whether it's true, correct or not. Print m. Invalid syntax. Okay, just a minute, I'll just need to figure this part out. C has to iterate over it, right? So let's just see C for C in V, if type C equal to int, I don't know whether it is correct or not, just figure it out. Okay, I guess equal to maybe. Got it. Yes, this is correct. So I just got the integer values. Now if I just write string here, should not start string, string, no, string I guess would come like strng, so str, I just got str, right? So London and India. So this is very important concepts out here in list comprehension. One more basically last example I will try. Suppose I have a list named salary. I have salary list which will have 10,000, 30,000, 60,000 and 90,000. right? Suppose I want to, since this is very small list, which will have which has only 4 elements. I will have means we will have basically large form of list or large data sets. So to filter it through them, um, step by step will be very hectic. So, like for instance, if I want to find salary which is greater than 50,000, how many salaries are there? So for that, I'll just use a new salary is equal to, so Z in, I'll just need to find the value, basically iterate over, right? So for that, Z for Z in salary, if Z is greater than 50,000. So if I just print new salary, I just got the value. That's where it comes in. I hope it was pretty helpful. I am still learning this part, and I will try and solve this list comprehension in the list questionnaire that I will do in the later videos, so that I can get hold of list perfectly fine. And I hope anyone learning along with me can find this useful. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.